Hello and welcome to today's lesson on energy sources. Our learning objectives are to describe the main energy sources available to us on Earth and explain the difference between renewable and non-renewable energy sources. For our first activity, I'd like you to decide whether the source is renewable or non-renewable. Now, there's no need to write anything down for this activity, but if you get to one where you're not sure, feel free to pause the video. Our first energy source is solar power. So solar cells, which generate electricity, and solar panels, which absorb the sun's heat to heat water. Solar energy is a renewable resource. It will not run out. Is coal a renewable or non-renewable energy source? Coal is non-renewable. It is a fossil fuel. Is tidal energy renewable or non-renewable? Tidal is a renewable energy resource. Is wind power renewable or non-renewable? Wind power is renewable. Is natural gas renewable or non-renewable? Natural gas is non-renewable as a fossil fuel. Geothermal uses hot rocks from the earth to heat water. Is that a renewable or non-renewable energy resource? Geothermal is a renewable energy source. Are biofuels such as plants and trees a renewable energy source? Biofuels are easily replaced when we use them up, and therefore they're considered a renewable energy source. Is nuclear power considered a renewable resource or a non-renewable resource? The heavy metals used in a nuclear power station are used up when they are generating energy, and as a result it is considered a non-renewable energy resource. Is hydroelectric power considered a renewable or non-renewable energy resource? Hydroelectric power is a renewable resource. Here we have 5 anagrams that relate to energy sources. What I'd like you to do is pause the video now for 3 minutes and see how many of these words you can rearrange to make words that relate to energy sources. The 5 words are renewable, biofuel, nuclear fuel, geothermal and fossil fuel. I'm now going to ask you to research the following energy sources and present your information in the form of a spreadsheet. Here is an example of the spreadsheet that you might produce. Please make sure you use a computer to do this so that you can make corrections and alterations as you go, and then put the information on Google Classroom. These 2 pie charts show how our energy use in the UK has changed over the last 10 years. Perhaps the most significant change is the move from using coal, a fossil fuel, to using wind power, a renewable resource. Our energy resources tend to be used in one of 3 areas, the first of which is heating. Now, traditionally we've relied on fossil fuels and burning of fossil fuels to provide heat, but these can be replaced by biofuels, through solar heating from the sun, or through geothermal energy by pumping water into hot rocks in the earth in certain places. Another area where large-scale energy resources are used is in transportation. Traditionally we've used fossil fuels, but these are increasingly being replaced by biofuels, such as the biodiesel coach that you can see in the picture below. And finally we have the generation of electricity, which is something that can be produced through the use of fossil fuels or any of the renewable resources that we've discussed in this lesson. For the final part of today's lesson, I would like you to look at the statement above. The sun is the ultimate source of all our energy. And then I'd like you to write a paragraph to explain to what extent you agree or disagree with that statement. Once you've done that, that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much, and I hope you've enjoyed it.